Hey, so it's Major Pixel, and we're here at Zombie. That's right, we're here at Zombie because, as you know, good TV is something you do, and we're out doing some good TV. Now, we're going to go visit Mark Long, who's about to give us some great advice. Not just some great advice, the great advice as to how to get into the game industry, because Zombie's just that cool, and Mark is, how should we say, a zombie. Hey, we're here today on a major show, and we're doing something really special, really fun. That's right, really fun. Today we're sitting with an industry icon, an industry leader, somebody who's a pioneer in virtual reality, games production, a lot of things. A neat guy and somebody that, well, how should we say, he's helped us a lot. His name's Mark Long, and we're taking just a few minutes to sit with Mark and talk about the status of a current project. Now, it goes a little like this. Those of you who don't know Zombie should. Get up, go right now to your browser, and go scope Zombie. What's Zombie working on? What are you hard at work doing today?
Okay. Let's see, we've been around 10 years. Started development in '94 of our first title. And, when our first games came out, they were on DOS, Windows 3.1, 95, now XP, Xbox, PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, PlayStation 1. So we developed for the whole spectrum, even made some Mac games back in the day. And now we're working on a AAA Xbox title called Red Mercury.
How exciting. Now, with regards to like an Xbox production and this sort of thing, genre of the title, what is it? What happens in Red Mercury?
It's a first-person shooter, and it's meant to be a highly cinematic, big spectacle entertainment first-person shooter. So it's got all the production values of like a feature film. It's got a real orchestral score. The soundtrack or the sound design was done by Sound Deluxe, which did Black Hawk Down and Gladiator. All the voice acting was done in LA. We cyber scanned all the characters like you cyber scan them in a sports title, and it's been in production for 2 years, and it's pretty amazing.
Zombie is already great at what they do, and this is how you earn the opportunity to, of course, to make a AAA title for the Xbox or that sort of thing. Now, today's big mission on my part was this, with regards to the Worldwide Society. Zombie and the Worldwide Society are working together to help further the knowledge, the production knowledge inside the studio here. Talk a little bit about what we see as the first steps in that process, where our guy, Scott Martin from Martin Arts, meets with some of your subject matter experts to talk about how you do things, begin to collect the data, and then essentially begin to document that.
That's fine. I think getting together informally is the best way to capture our institutional knowledge about how to make the level really look fantastic, how to get optimal frame rate, how to keep it under RAM. After you finish a game, developers often say, well, now I really know how to make this game. And we're done with it. I wish we could start right now.
Can we do it again?
Yeah. There's detailed postmortems after a title's complete that everybody can learn from. And, people are pretty naked about how they screwed up, and that helps everybody. It helps everybody make better games. So, yeah, we're very much in that ethic.
We find that the shared experience that comes from industry actually taking the time to impart to new entry workers and this sort of thing, highly valuable. Is it fair to say that a portion of the reason that Zombie is interested in this project is not just what you'll learn for yourselves, but also kind of sharing with community and just exposing the craft?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first thing. I have a R&D background, and the thing that I was struck by first when I got into the game industry was there was a similarity in research in the game industry in that people shared information open.
Before we go, one thing that I'd like to do is this. Would you do me a favor? Would you just kind of maybe lean in and tell some of our new entry workers, if you were going to get ready to come try and apply at a Zombie or apply at some game company, what's the big thing? If I wanted to impress you, what's the big thing, one thing that I'm going to do that's going to cause you to say, I'll take a further look at this kid. What am I going to do for you?
It's got to be the simplest thing, but you should go out and buy a copy of Unreal on the PC version, because it comes with every level editing tool that we're using. It comes with the personal edition of Maya, the X Actor, which is the way that we get characters into the game itself. And with a copy of Photoshop, you can make levels of your own. And just experiment, start making levels or designing characters of your own, getting them up on Polycount or one of the Unreal Network websites, and getting critique and feedback from other players. Some of the best level designers and artists that we have started out as amateurs, and they're really good because they're trained for criticism right off the bat. And this is something you don't think of. You don't like make a perfect design for a game and then just go execute it, and there's never a false step. There's a lot of experimentation, and you have to be prepared to do things over and over again. And it seems like amateur mod designers that have got a lot of experience are some of our best, because they know how to take feedback from other people and integrate it into their design, and they come with the mindset of their level's never perfect. It needs to be improved all the time. You can do this. You really can. If you want to make games, is that your dream, then you can make it happen. The industry still is open enough. There's still enough opportunity. Degrees aren't required. It's really all about showing what you can do, throwing down some art, coming up with something that's cooler than anybody else has come up with.
It's the old, don't tell me, show me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's important too when you first approach a developing house like us. I don't want to see a resume. I want to see a demo reel. I want to see a level. One of the great things that first-person shooters have done for us is you've got an interactive resume. You can actually make a level for somebody, and you could put it up on a website, and I can FTP it and check it out and call you back and say, dude, this thing's rocks. And then some advice on your level. I've seen what people can do with the static meshes, textures, and models that come with Unreal or another shooter with an editor. Don't use that stuff. Make all your own. And I'll give you a good example. Instead of the standard, castle level or corridor shooter, we had a guy who came in and he had modeled his bathroom, only you were this big. So it was a multiplayer level where you could run down the shower curtain rod and go behind the wall and get up on the sink. And it was great. It was highly imaginative, and even though it had technical flaws, that showed us this guy's kind of mindset. He was like completely independent thinker, and that's the kind of people you want when you're trying to compete. You're trying to make entertainment content that beats everybody else out. So, just use your wildest ideas, but just make sure they're good, that they work, they don't crash, they function, and they would be competitive with a retail product.
That's a great point. One of the things that we preach a lot with regards to Worldwide Society is learn by doing. Get your hands on. It's not to say don't go to school, but don't just go to school. Put your hands on and do things. And this is where, again, I'm going to tell you right now, he's one of my mentors, and he's going to be one of your mentors. He's one of all of our mentors. Here on A Major Show, it's Mark Long and Zombie, who've been nice enough, neat enough to take the time out of their very busy moving schedule and actually let us come down and actually have a business meeting on video here on A Major Show. Mark, you're cool.
Thanks.
Thank you. Talk to you later, man.